Hold up, hold up. Wait a minute here. Did HyperX really just release a monitor? Looks that way, but is this really just an HP monitor with a HyperX logo slapped on it? And that's exactly what we're going to answer here today. Is HyperX and HP really creating a competitive gaming monitor here, or are they just slapping that name on it to move it here? And you all know on my channel, I don't sit here and go into detailed specs. There's many sites and channels that do that very great. What I like focusing on is that user, that consumer experience. Me getting this monitor out of the box, stacked up what I previously been using, how is it? Is it beneficial? Am I seeing the differences? Is it justifying that $450 price tag here? That's what I'm going to answer for you. Now, first off, when you pop the HyperX Armada 25 monitor out of the box, number one, it's packaged amazing. I've never seen a monitor really packaged this great where everything's sorted out there. Super cool. Again, looking at those little details like that. But there's a lot packed into this. As you're seeing, it comes with a monitor stand and adapter if you want to put another monitor on it. So you're not getting a traditional stand. Again, you're getting that monitor arm stand. And again, on top of little details, I love how they have the red display port with the little HyperX logo. It's cheesy, but I like those little touches. Now, it does not come with the HDMI cable. It only comes with the display port. So first things first, when we actually take a look at the monitor over here, as you see, we have it on a stand, plenty flexible, very solid. Seriously, when I was unboxing the monitor, the stand weighs about 5 times more than the monitor. It was really weird. Like, I'm assembling and putting it together. I'm like, this just doesn't feel right. Again, the stand is stinking heavy duty, robust. And then the monitor was like, it's just throwing me off a little bit here, you know what I mean? Do we want to put that into the price tag when we're looking at $450? It's hard for me to. It honestly is hard for me to, because you can go on Amazon and get a monitor stand for heck, 20 to 50 bucks, you know, depending on the grade right there. Yeah, this is one of the better monitor stands I have ever used. But again, does it justify jumping up to that $450 price tag? It's a great stand, but I can't look at it as justifying that price. So that's where we're going to focus on the monitor. Is the monitor going to justify that price tag? Now, as far as ports on the monitor, as you see, you got your power port. Down here, you have 2 HDMIs and then your display port. And then up here is your little knob to adjust your menus and everything like that. Right on the corner up here, you're going to have a little light that you can actually turn on or off if it's powered up. So as far as your ports and controls, very simplistic and to the point. And also, I don't know if I mentioned, as you see with the stand, you can actually tilt it, spin it around all the way like that. It goes forward and back and all that stuff. So again, the stand does it all. So let's dive into the monitor here. And again, all your controls are simply right on the back right there. Right above that knob is the power button. Hit it, bam, you're gonna get the little HyperX logo. And then again, all of our menus are controlled by the little thumbstick on the back. So I'm gonna push it in, and it's going to pull up right over there. Got a couple shortcuts as you want to get to your colors, your presets and everything, which we're going to talk a lot about that. Pop down here, you got your info, which you can dive into all of your information on the monitor as far as your settings right here. Gaming, you got your free sync, your MPRT motion picture response time, keep it off. You got your basic response time, your frame rate, which you can show up there, and you have the little crosshair you can put on it. Everything's very simple to control and very visible right there on the screen. Now, one side note on the monitor here, out of the box, it had adaptive sync on it, and I'm not too sure where to find that in here. Anyways, I tweaked my settings, but it had adaptive sync on it. It would keep my frame rate down below, like, I don't know, maybe down below 100s right there at 110 and whatnot, you know? So again, make sure you get on there, turn that off, and then get in your PC settings and adjust your settings. So again, out of the box, if you're wondering, yo, why am I not getting 240? Well, number one, your PC's got to push it, also with the game. But again, adaptive sync, whenever it's on, make sure you go into the monitor and turn it off, because that's going to leave your frame rate capped really low on the monitor. And it honestly looked 10 times better with it off. When I had it on straight out of the box, I was like, this ain't looking right, you know? So again, when you turn it off, it definitely becomes butter smooth. So now talking about actually gaming on the monitor here, let me tell you what, out of the box, holy smokes, the colors are phenomenal. They are crisp, they are just detailed, they are natural. They don't look overly saturated, not washed out or anything like that. Again, being an IPS panel, the colors are incredibly crisp, very pure. I never had to change anything out of the box. Again, that adaptive sync is a different situation, not talking about the colors. Now, if you went in there and put in like a gaming mode, it definitely just kind of brought them out vibrant a little more. Me personally, I like that kind of dulled back, natural, true look, whether I'm playing like Destiny or something like that. I like that really dim kind of again, natural colors, not where everything's overly saturated or over bright. That goes across any of them, Halo or Destiny that I was playing, and it looked phenomenal. It really did. Now, yeah, the monitor is 1080p, and I'm used to playing 1440p, so that was probably the biggest differentiating factor for me. Well, maybe not the biggest. Again, 1080p, I usually game at 1440p. Other than that, the size. This monitor being 25-inch, I usually play on an ultra-wide monitor, and that was a big game changer. At first out of the box, I'm like, yo, where's the magnifying glass? You know, it was tough for me. That was more tough than going down to 1080p, because again, the colors and the crispness on this monitor at 1080p, IPS and everything, were very crisp and vibrant, you know, but that size was probably the hardest for me because I don't play just competitive games at 240 hertz. The most competitive game I play is Halo. And let's talk about that while we're speaking on it. Do I notice a difference at 240 hertz right there? And again, reducing my size down to a 25-inch where I can really focus on the action at hand rather than panning a screen. Yes, I honestly did. A slight improvement in my play, more natural, more fluid. Did I play better? I don't think I would say that, but again, I felt like everything was precise. Bam, right when I flicked to it, it was right there. Right when I saw it, bam, it was right there. And again, that's multi-situation right there, the 240 hertz. And then again, also, believe it or not, the 25 inches, because it's right there. It's in front of my face. With my ultra-wide, yeah, I gotta pan a little bit or I gotta scooch it back. This is definitely beneficial if you're more into that competitive area. Now, me not being a very big competitive player, the only really competitive game I'm playing right now is Halo. When Call of Duty comes out, I'll get into that, you know. But talking about me playing like Destiny or something like that, or Ghost Recon, something like that, I lost the immersion going to a 25-inch. You know, I'm so used to that ultra wide where it's just in my face and I'm in the game and I can really feel it and just engulf the environment. I lost that completely with this monitor, you know. Again, backtracking, what really shocked me is I thought I would also lose a big, because going to 1080p, which I praise 1440p and 4K gaming. Definitely 1440p, I feel like it's a sweet spot, you know. I thought I would really lose that a lot right here. And I didn't. It was really just truly the size. But of course, you don't want to go much bigger if you're really geared on competitive play. Now, talking about competitive play as well, again, if you want to see some UFOs flying off across the screen, I'll throw them up right here. But of course, my camera doesn't capture at 240 hertz and then coming through your screen, are you seeing 240 hertz? Well, it's not. So let me explain it here and talk about these UFOs. Wow. They are crisp. At 240 hertz, butter stinking smooth. On the last window right back there, last little white dot on the UFO there, I had a very, very mild, I'm talking absolutely puny amount of blur on that back end there, which was butter smooth. Again, going right into Halo or something like that. It was so stinking smooth. It was honestly BenQ smooth, which is top tier right there with the diac and stuff like that, you know? It was so stinking butter crisp right here. But again, I keep backtracking because again, I'm talking about my user experience and how I game, me not being primarily a competitive player, but I do like to have those situations there. Going into Destiny on this again, getting a hot heated moment and stuff, you kind of notice with it being 1080p, not as butter smooth around the edges. You kind of notice, like, especially if you've got like a glimmer or like a little bit of silver around the side of the helmet or something where it's a little shinier than this dark spot, you'll see it right there kind of get a little bit jagged. And that was a little bit of a stinker. The two things, number one, with this monitor being 1080p, number two, with it being 25 inches, no way, it's not a monitor I can primarily game with, you know what I mean? I think once I start getting more into Call of Duty and stuff, then yeah, this could come into play. But right now, I like that immersion. I love that full experience right in my face. I feel like this monitor is 110% geared towards that competitive player. And I think it's gonna suit that competitive player fantastic. But then again, it brings us right back to the main question of the HyperX Armada 25 gaming monitor. Is it worth $450? Holy moly, that is expensive. You're in BenQ territory, right? You're in top of the line LG territory. There's plenty of monitors you can get for less than this with these specs. So what is justifying this price here? The stand? I think we already covered that. It's cool, it's great, it's a quality stand, but nah, you can get a much cheaper one on Amazon all day long. Is it the performance of the monitor? The performance of the monitor is fantastic. We can't deny that here. But again, I think you can get what this is packing for a significantly cheaper price. And that's where I think HP is slapping the HyperX name and trying to get into the competitive tournament range of monitors at BenQ and such, and trying to get that kind of market. That's what I think's going on here. It's a great monitor. It's a fantastic monitor, but I do think it's a bit pricey and you can get more out there for less. So anyways, thank you so much for coming by and watching my review on the HyperX Armada 25 gaming monitor. I hope I was able to help you out one way or another, coming from my perspective of a gamer's view right here. Hope I was really able to help you out, but I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. Do you think this justifies the $450 price tag, what it's packing as a competitive player? What do you think? Do you think it really justifies it right there? Or again, would you kind of look elsewhere and see what else is out there with so many options in competitive gaming monitors these days? I really want to hear from you guys. But again, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I was able to help you out. If I was, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.